Everything comes in pairs, me and you and me got two of everything. Two hands, two eyes, got two of everything. Too much of everything. You and me forevermore. Baby, that scares me. Can we just be you and me? The two of us, we should've known better. The two of us could be so much better. The two of us, we should've known better. The two of us could be so much better. You and me, everything comes in pairs. Me and you. Me and you.
Kiss me.
15 apple, take 2.
And action.
Matilda? Matilda! Help! Call for the problems! Who's are you fallen? What have you done?
Feel my heart. Kiss me.
Cut. Are you cutting?
Still rolling. Let's get this.
Stop bloody improvising. She doesn't kiss him until scene 16.
It's a martini. Let her have some fun. Sexy out here on the floor.
Cut!
Marissa, cut.
She waits.
Is that all?
That's it.
We tried to elevate humanity by telling them the greatest story. How much of it do I remember? Actually remember? How much has been eroded by the retelling? I remember the pain. Or the performance of it. If what you fear the most is death and pain, we wanted to create the purest image of that. The other one was there. Later they made 2 Marys, but there was really only one. I remember the time in the cave. I was dead, but that passed. The ascension was left to their imagination. I didn't go anywhere.
I have some business to attend to before the celebrations. I will return in time.
What is so urgent on feast day?
I promised the late Antonia that I would pray by her body on this day.
Cruel. Cruel! You can move me around like this.
When I woke the last time, I was into chaos. I was weak and confused. I walked down through the villages. I found her in a field. She was still alive. She was beautiful. The choice was made for me. She wanted to know what I was. It was an ange. I took her into a farmhouse and devoured her. Her memories are still in here. She hadn't seen much of life, so the horrors of her last years dominate. She hadn't yet been kissed. She loved the woods, particularly that patch to the Kahile, which she would stick to her brother's back. In English, it's called Robin Round the Hedge, or Sticky Willy, goosegrass, cleavers. Her favorite meal was crêpes avec endive, cream and poutine. Although I don't feel hunger, I still crave them from time to time. When I woke the last time, I was into chaos.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Mending bridges. Arthur Fisher was dying, and he was mending bridges. He came to me and he brought me a gift. The Ambrosio negatives he'd stolen. After he left, I watched them. I felt the pain in my heart. I felt the grief at who I'd been back then. I realized I missed Marissa and spontaneously brought her back.
It's me of the sign. Gladiators? What's a big artistic influence.
Do you know any artists that aren't disgusting?
Stay away. I found the 20th century overwhelming. I ended up in London, swept there by the culture I modeled. I hadn't thought much about movies, but when they told me Fisher wanted to see me, I watched his. It was amazing to me, because his movies are similar to how we see the world, the compression of time. I felt Fisher was an artist, and I hoped to help, but he wasn't kind when we met. He wasn't interested in teaching me. He wanted to sculpt me. Movies were like a sexual mania to him. He told me what to eat.
I was there. But perhaps I wish that God had...
Three apples, take 3.
Action!
How does she look? Beautiful. Perfect. All of the blessings of the feminine with none of the faults. Her purity is power. Her radiance. Her faultless complexion shows her as a weapon.
Son of God. Who's that? Only Rosario. Enter my son.
Tensions change. So what's it, of course?
Either of you with me there that day.
You.
There's the bell for Vespers. We must go.
Seek me out after confession. I cannot.
Action.
Man has mastered the surface of the planet, space. But we have mastery over time. Our perspective's different. We sleep to maneuver. Sometimes because we're tired. When we take on a form, we absorb so much of its history. If you do that too many times, it can make you crazy or powerful. I've argued with the other one about that distinction.
You still think art is about ideas?
No.
Time to...
C23C, take 3.
And action on background.
Action.
Two Ferraris, please, and have you...
You were
trying to...
Intellectual exercise.
After I killed the other one, I told John everything. He disappointed me. John liked the mystery. He didn't like there being an answer, and that the answer was that I was bigger than him he didn't like. The other one had pushed me to the edge, so I didn't so much snap, I just keep moving. I'd never felt so connected, and I wasn't ready to let it go. I consumed him with vision. I didn't have time to think what it meant to lose Marissa.
You prefer this to 7th Street?
It has a little more texture. Okay, scene 9, we see Goodman walking along, poking, cop work. The alley here is good, he can duck in. Right here. Goodman doubles back. The studio. Decides to go in.
Is Franny coming to the door naked?
No, I think a robe. It has to be seduction.
Gillot was ordered to always be naked. It was a state of mind.
We can't have her scaring Goodman off. Maybe at the end of the scene.
I like that. She uses her body to get rid of him. It's powerful.
Goodman takes out his skeleton keys. And goes up the steps. and we cut inside.
I like the street, but I prefer the door on the other one.
What?
What is
"20 Delta, take 1.
And action. Cut. Action. Action. Cut.
Hill slates?
Scene 10B, take 1.
Should walk.
"21 Apple, take 3.
Flower is Rosario. And action.
Thus was Lazarus dead. Jesus said, "Let not sleeping lie that which should walk." Jesus kissed Lazarus' cheek. For in resurrection our Lord shows us his love. Shows us the life everlasting that shall be the reward for the devout.
"59 Apple, take 2.
And action.
God, please, God, make the pain go away.
God isn't listening.
Matilda, how did you get in here? Where are your chains? Have they relented?
Ambrosio, I have outsmarted the Inquisition. In a few moments, I will be a kingdom away from this dungeon. My freedom came at a price. Will you pay the same, Ambrosio? Dare you cross the bounds that separate men and angels?
What have you done?
You know, my soul is not his, but his. Would you prefer to die at the stake, burned alive with the mob looking on, shame and infamy not for me, I've exchanged a vague future happiness for certain happiness in the present. The spirits treat me as their queen. I have unlocked every pleasure available to me in this world. I am ready to depart, but first beseech you. I still love you and would save you from your destruction. Summon him as I did. Abandon a god who has abandoned you and raise yourself to the level of a superior being.
I cannot give up on salvation. My crimes are monstrous, but my God is merciful.
I leave now for liberty and joy.
No, you command infernal demons, bid them break my cell doors open. Please save me.
Alas, my pact forbids me from assisting a servant of God. Renounce your title and I can help.
I will not sell my soul.
Your arrogance will be your doom. You will regret it when you are burning. I leave you this book. Read the first 4 lines of the 7th page backwards. If you are wise, we shall meet again. If not, farewell forever.
Freeze. Drop!
And cut.
Was that good, John? Would you sell your soul if I asked you? Listening.
Scene 40 Alpha, take 1.
Action.
This is really tight. Just so you know, I need to be able to breathe if I'm gonna dance.
You'll quick change after 2 of us. Aaron here will stitch you in 10 seconds flat.
Oh, okay, cool.
This isn't going to work.
What?
The panty.
My panty?
Well, you can see through the gown. It ruins your beautiful little bottom. Take them off.
What? Now?
Yes. Take them off.
The dress is really tight. I don't know if I can...
No problem. I'll cut them off of you. There Go. Now then, let's take a look at this beautiful gown. Something for Andrew's memorabilia collection.
Cut. Going in.
Okay, let's get a quick reset on the pantries. Can I take these? Get a quick reset on the pantry. Reset on the pantry.
I made some movies. With each one, I try to make it perfect. I thought about them intensely. People liked them. Some thought them cold. I missed the other one, and I wanted to make work that would have pleased him. With this medium, the transmission of the message was far greater and far more precise. I wanted to make the case for humanity, and I allowed myself to think I was part of it.
What's up? You were all over Carl when we started. Now, what happened? Give me something. Is this gonna be a problem for the movie? Rest in my lab.
He's not who you think he is.
The other one wants me to choose between everything that's real and an idea. It's impossible.
I lied about burning her letters.
Let's go again.
There's a chain. It's very visible if you're sat outside of things. Arthur Fisher and John Durick were on that chain. Ideas, traditions, technique, organic matter gets passed along. Fisher passed me on to Durick, or Durick took me, or I chose to go. It's hard to say. They both wanted to claim me as theirs. There's a life cycle to an artist. And it's very important to get the timing right, to prove, to use one to fertilize another. With John, it was the first time I put myself into the chain.
No, sir.
What do you think?
Works. I think Marissa looks sexy in whatever she wears.
I need to pull these off pretty quick in the scene.
I can loosen them up for that scene or have a second pair.
The top works great, though.
What about a princess?
Ready?
War.
Smile.
The Great War. It wasn't hard to see it coming. Many did. Then the influenza. It's possible to profit from the dark times, ride the chaos, but it's dangerous. It's the rebirth that follows that's more vital. It was a surprise to sleep through a great war and wake to the end of another. The whole planet was screaming.
Seconds?
Scene 17, Charlie, take 6.
Action.
How's my little sunshine factory?
Very sunny. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for asking. I hear you killed it out there. Saved them a bunch of money doing it all in one take.
Well, you know me. I'm Frank Sinatra.
What?
One and done?
I'm good.
Frank Sinatra used to record things in one take.
Didn't peg you for a Sinatra fan. Hey, do you mind if I use your bathroom?
Actually, I don't think.
Wait, there's two of you?
At least pretend to be surprised.
Sorry, girls. I was wise to you as soon as Heather opened her mouth and was nice to me. I can tell you apart from 100 paces anyhow.
Well, who do you love the most, though?
I get 10% of everything you make. Sorry, Heather.
Well, here, have an apple. We have plenty.
Want to know why I popped in? I got you bumped to a guest slot for the next show.
For real?
You are second slot.
Second slot? Oh, a second slot! Oh, Gary, I could kiss you on the mouth.
Don't. Just got veneers. I can't feel my face. Can't eat this either. That's not all.
What else you got?
A new gig.
A new gig?
I got you an invitation to be the starring act of a very fancy gala event in New York City.
A charity thing?
Not a charity.
For what then?
An exclusive, private birthday event.
You booked me a birthday party?
Now, listen.
Should I go grab some fucking balloon animals?
You don't even know who it's for.
It's a fucking birthday party.
It's Andrew Hessenberg's birthday.
Who is that?
Yeah, who is that?
He's a billionaire. He does something clever with money. He bankrolled the last election. Look, he's probably just one of those rich creeps who wants to smell your hair or something. This is a lot of money we're talking about.
You
How much money?
Don't get it, do you?
Andrew, Splash. It's the same thing.
How much money?
I chose to do the commercial. I choose not to do birthday parties for billionaires.
He's offering $10 million.
How is that even real?
Andrew understands the greatest entertainer of our time comes at a premium.
What's 10% of 10 million?
Just think about it, okay?
1 million. 10% of 10 million is 1 million.
Right. Thank you, Heather. Honestly, Gary, is that what I am to you?
Let's put a pin in it. I will see you at the taping tomorrow. The night show.
Right.
Try and talk some sense in her, would you?
Cut. Check the gate and we'll move over to Maria's side.
You got the apple!
Finally.
How many apples have we gone through today?
I feel like the whole basket.
Pretty close.
Cut. Let's. Okay, so the motion control rig is going to play back what we do now. First, Naomi's going to play Sarah. Amy, you play Anne. When we composite it, Naomi's performance will disappear.
Story of my life.
Barry, what do you think of the dress?
Swanky.
It's a vintage Dior.
Does it suit the town?
Makes her stand out. And when Lee Lockwood sees a surprised look on Anne's face, she says, women need a certain kind of attention, especially as they age. Not all women, but the type of woman I am.
And what type exactly is that?
That's Lee's line.
Okay, let's go.
Tell him I'm dangerous. Compositing test, take 1X.
Action.
Lee wants to know why you stopped seeing him.
People always want to know why.
Has it ever occurred to you that you're not in your right mind?
Who's to say? I'm in no position to judge myself. Nothing interests me less than explanations.
It means nothing to you what my feelings are?
You look older.
You'd like for me to hate you, wouldn't you? Well, I can't, and I won't. So what should I tell him?
Tell him I'm dangerous.
Cut. Let's switch and go again.
Amy, that was great. I hope John is paying you twice for this.
John is supposed to pay me.
You think it'll work?
Sure. You got Sarah and Ann, Lee Lockwood and Bob Dean, 2 murders, 2 of everything.
Biblical.
What's the word? Thunderbird. What's the price? 2 hits twice.
Eddie.
Scene 26, Bravo, take 8.
Okay, give us a clean safety. Just putts it, and we'll cut in on the phone with the spin.
That was a test. Another test. Now for real. I'll do it. I'll do the party.
All right. All right, let's figure out the logistics. No one can ever know.
I want to go straight into another one. I think I can get it without cheating.
If not, let's try Tony's magnet thing. It's worth doing it right, John? John? John?
You okay with this?
Limits.
But I wonder if it's seeing other people have freedom. Other people have freedom that works.
There's a chain. It's very visible if you're sat outside of things. Arthur Fisher and John Durick were on that chain. Ideas, traditions, technique, organic matter gets passed along. Fisher passed me on to Durick, or Durick. Traditions, technique. Chose to go, it's hard to say. They both wanted to claim me as theirs. There's a life cycle to it. Yes.
He's not who you think he is.
Have you met with Marissa since that movie?
Do you think your audience will read something into your playing Minsky yourself?
This is the sort of thing audiences tend to do. I just hope they don't assume I did it out of arrogance.
John Huston played no in his own movie.
Yes, but he's done that before. And that was De Laurentiis' movie, and he's John Huston. They'll assume I'm sleeping with you.
But you're a terrible man.
Ah, look who it is. My handsome co-star.
Long time no see.
Carl? What happened?
I'm really excited about this movie we're making together. John, Marissa.
No. Go on. Go on.
We tried to elevate humanity by telling them the greatest story. How much of it do I remember? Actually remember? How much has been eroded by the retelling? I remember the pain. Well, the performance of it. If what you fear the most is death and pain, we wanted to create the purest image of that. The other one was there. Later they made 2 Marys, but there was really only one. I remember the time in the cave. I was dead, but that passed. The ascension was left to their imagination. I didn't go anywhere.
Scene 23E, take 1.
Action. Cut.
Three.
Okay, slower this time. It's a performance. Action.
In your illness, you were taken from me. Yet here I am, close to you. Closer than I have ever been before. I can look upon you without fear of reproach. Your perfect face. Your lips. Christ's example shows us that sacrifice is the truest test of devotion that the Lord can make of us.
Open your lips. Got it. Cut.
Just late. Ten Charlie, take 2.
Realness, you were taken from me.
Screen test. Matilda's magical dress. Second option. Give us a turn.
No, I don't like it.
Wait, I forgot the book.
The book's not going to make a difference. It's too historical.
I based it on real dresses from 18th century Spain.
Yes, but we should have something more modern. It should have an effect on the audience.
Perhaps I could wear men's clothes. A smart suit.
We still want you to look desirable, my dear.
when Inanna descended into the underworld, she removed her 7 weeks. The story of Salome was embellished according to the Smith. Well, take the biblical stories, and the dances were Salome. They say this was the origin of striptease. All art is striptease.
For Charlie, take 2.
Action.
I expected you in my cell, my love. What ails you?
I have not.
What is your name?
Marissa Marcel.
Ah, yes, from the advertisement. I bought the soap. How old are you, dear?
17 and 10 months.
Ah, perfect age. You may show signs of intelligence, but are not yet old enough to think you know better than your director. Have you prepared something?
I was encouraged to memorize some Shakespeare, but I thought that might be overdone, so I would like to recite a favorite poem. The sea was wet, as wet could be. The sands were dry as dry. You could not see a cloud because no cloud was in the sky. No birds were flying overhead. There were no birds to fly. The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand. If this were only cleared away, they said it would be grand. If 7 maids with 7 mops swept it for half a year, do you suppose, the walrus said, that they could get it clear? I doubt it, said the carpenter, and shed a bitter tear. Oh, oysters, come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk, along the briny beach. We cannot do with more than 4 to give a hand to each. The eldest oyster looked at him, but never a word he said. The eldest oyster winked his eye and shook his heavy head, meaning to say he did not choose to leave the oyster bed. But 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because, you know, they hadn't any feet.
Have you tried oysters, my dear?
I have not.
Maybe too sophisticated a taste for a 17-year-old. They are purported to be an aphrodisiac. Do you have much need for aphrodisiacs, my dear?
I don't know what an aphrodisiac is, Mr. Fisher. Could you elaborate?
Marvelous. Do you have a boyfriend, Miss Marcel?
I do not.
Oh, but you are very pretty.
I don't find boys have much to say for themselves.
Where are you from?
I was born in France.
Ah, yes, that explains the sophistication. Well, some people say I'm scary, Marissa. Do you find me scary?
No, you don't scare me.
Oh, oysters, said the carpenter. You've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? But answer came there none. And this was scarcely odd, because they'd eaten every one. Thank you, Marissa. We will see you again, I'm sure.
We can take a break if you like.
Yes. I believe lunch is in order. Set.
What's your... What's your name?
Marissa Marcel?
Ah, yes, from the advertisement. I bought the soap. How old are you, dear?
How old are you?
Uh, 59.
You're nearly dead, Arthur.
My career has peaked. The downward slope of some of my abilities is quite long, which makes it all the more tragic.
We hold out for one more masterpiece.
Everything is changing.
Everything's always changing. You prepared something?
I'm not sure.
Do you have a party trick? Do you have a party trick?
A limerick. I tell dirty limericks.
Excellent. Well, let's hear one then, dear.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose cock was so long he could suck it. He said with a grin as he wiped off his chin, "Pray, turn your ear that I may fuck it."
You're no Shakespeare. And you're not much to look at.
But I have a marvelous eye.
We could chuck it like an oyster. I hear it's an aphrodisiac. There was a director called Arthur, whose dick was only 1.5 inches. With his marvelous eye, he made you cry, full technicolor tears and laughter. Cut! By full...
Cut. Loved it. That was a zoom. Around like she's Medusa.
Hi, Mr. Fisher.
Marissa.
He kisses her mother's head.
And we close for the day.
Yes, sir, is here.
"34 Charlie, take 2.
Aren't any rules. Aren't any rules.
Scene 42B, take 4.
Action. "38A, take 2. Action.
Taking Olga Lebenev to the interview room?
Sure, I can grab her for you. No, she's quieted down since they brought her in. Screaming blue murder in Russian when she got here. Jesus fucking Christ!
Cut.
And
Scene 50.
and action.
Stop her!
You run through the dark. Maze of passages. See a light through the door.
A visitor? It's been so long since my angel and I had company.
There's no escape. You're struck. Antonia screams.
I go to my God. It will be a mercy to escape this world.
Stay dead.
By farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say.
And after this, see how you do with Maria. All right, test read for 2 of everything.
Frankie Santoro sounds like a drag act or a gangster. Maybe you should try I'll talk Carl around.
Location scout for Minsky Studio exterior.
Okay, scene 30. Police are pulled up, lights flashing. Goodman standing in the street, wrapped in a dressing gown, his makeup smeared on his face. Franny is with him.
Have you convinced Carl to wear a dress yet?
Watches as police officers escort Olga out onto the street and into a waiting cop car. And she comes from here. Walker comes from here.
Walker approaches. Jesus fucking Christ, Goodman.
Should we go inside?
She waits outside. I don't even want to know what the fuck this is. Goodman and Walker walk towards the apartment as Franny gives Walker the finger.
Cat's on the side.
I'll talk Carl around.
Yeah?
The apartment. Goodman pours his coffee out the window, screws the lid on his thermos.
Back in New York. And the other one came back in New York. He was pissed at how we left things. Found my attempts to integrate further my reality to be perverse. He wanted to provoke me. Have we been there before? I've killed him before. The time it takes to come back from a heavy death is time to think. But this time he was angry. Are we the only ones left? That makes things intense for us. He felt the failure of our great story the hardest. It was his idea that sacrifice be the heart of it. I guess it was too early. The other one came back in New York. I'm part of you now.
That scares me. Can we just be?